The next book that I decided to cover on this channel is 12 Rules for Life: An Antidote to Chaos by Jordan B. Peterson. So at the very onset, why I decided to read this book, because as we all watch YouTube, even I do. Uh, Jordan Peterson, a lot of his YouTube videos I have watched and a lot of his shorts I have watched, he has a very good clarity of thought and expression. He's able to articulate his ideas very well and present them in a nuanced manner, in a manner that it's easy to understand those ideas. And even if you won't agree to some of his ideas or some of his statements, you would agree to the fact that most of what he says makes sense in some regard or another. And even the advice that he gives on YouTube, most of it is practical advice that you can follow, or it's certainly helpful advice. So for instance, he tells you that if you are giving help to someone and it's not doing good, then rather than both of you sinking, you shouldn't give that help, right? You should. He also gives a lot of other practical advice, such as having a good work ethic and how doing nothing actually leads to uh, more chances of you plunging into depression as opposed to actually going ahead and working hard. He also talks about how you have to have a purpose in life and you should try your best to chase that particular purpose, and other such helpful advice that you can get from his YouTube videos. So because of all of these things, I decided to read this book. But apart from that, also the fact that he's a professor of psychology and he still is also a clinical practitioner in this regard, who deals with patients ranging from depression and other psychological issues, his book will have a lot of backing to it. It won't be that he's talking about things in the air without any practical nuance attached to them or without any backing to any advice or anything that he states in his book. So because of all of these reasons, I decided to delve into this book. Now, what are my expectations from the book? Now, watching his videos, I don't think these 12 rules would be like rigid commandments that you have to follow them, otherwise you would fail. I think they would be more in the sense of certain guidelines. I think the uh, 12 rules has been written to like give them more weightage, but I don't think they would be like commandments. They would certainly, if you decide to follow one or two of them, or all of them, or some of them, I think they would lead to a quality enrichment in your life. The quality of life that you lead will increase. You will have more purpose in your life, and maybe you'll be able to do more with your life and have more impact in your life if you follow some of these rules. I expect all of these rules to have certain backing attached to them, not only in the religious or philosophical sense of things, but also in the practical studies or scientific studies, to tell us the tangible benefits that can come about when we follow these particular rules. Also, as the book is titled 12 Rules for Life: An Antidote to Chaos, I think the author also wants to tackle the issue of too much opinions being present right now in our life. We listen a lot nowadays. We have too much opinions, too much information overload is a very big problem nowadays. We watch a lot of content from YouTube, TV, media, people around us, uh, social media platforms, and a lot of things. So this too much opinion tends to confuse us, and it tends to lead to us to a very chaotic situation. So according to me, I think maybe through reading this book, we'll be able to make sense of certain things which are around us and find order, or basically an antidote for all of the chaos surrounding us, in terms of the opinions, in terms of the ideas, or in terms of how to live a better way of life. With that, we'll start with the introduction of the book in the next video.